Welcome to Batman Damned, right here at Comicstorian. My name is Benny and I'll be your narrator for today's video. Batman Damned is a black label book set in an alternate universe in which it appears that the Joker has died, and it appears that the spirit of the Joker is encouraging members of his gang to kill more individuals to join him. With the death of the Joker, Batman has teamed up with John Constantine and Deadman to try and get answers as to how this has happened. And at the end of our last video, he finally ran into Harley Quinn, who is blaming Batman for the death of the Joker. Issues 1 and 2 are in the playlist down below. Today we're going to be bringing you the finale with Batman Damned Issue 3. And if you enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press that like button. Batman's eyes snap open. His arms move up, hitting the wooden top of his coffin only inches above his head. He can't move. He's trapped, when suddenly there's the sound of shifting dirt and snapping wood. A root pierces through the top of the coffin, pushing its way inside, and others begin to join it, curling around the box of death. The box begins to rumble as it's pulled through the dirt until it finally breaks the surface of the graveyard. Batman shifts from the destruction of his coffin, staring into the massive visage of Swamp Thing. "You saved." He begins struggling to his feet. "Your life. It's not what's at stake. Dark Knight. Forces. Both sides lay claim," Swamp Thing tells him. "Mind yourself there, old chum. Seems to be a fungus among us," John Constantine tells Batman from where he stands on the mausoleum nearby, his tie wrapped around his eyes like a mask. Swamp Thing swings his massive head around until his glowing eyes stare into the face of Constantine. "Knight, this man never means well," he warns. Batman agrees, snarling that he's had enough of John Constantine's help. But John lifts his trench coat, revealing the bat belt. "Come on! Even after I snatched the belt Miss Quinn took from your waist before you and she, well," he questions. Swamp Thing continues to rumble, warning Batman not to trust the man. And as they talk, none of the group notices the woman moving amongst the graves and statues of the cemetery. She touches one of the angelic statues and the head begins to twist, and the eyes glow with evil intent. The angel leaps forward, intent on Constantine as its target, but Swamp Thing swings his massive fist, smashing the statue to pieces. As John hits the ground, the enchantress crawls out from behind another statue. "My Tearless, be mine. Fool, monster, interfere, you waste, promised, mine." Another statue attacks Batman from behind, its claws slashing at his face. But Batman grabs a log of wood, smashing the statue in half, and another angel moves forward. "Tearless, why do you hate life so?" it asks, and Batman responds, "I hate?" He asks it confused, but the statue suddenly flattens as Swamp Thing's hand pounds it into the ground. "No, do not listen to her. Enchantments," he rumbles, and more statues begin to attack, piling onto Swamp Thing. Batman watches as the woman runs off into the woods and he follows behind her. "Who are you?" he demands as he sees her dark shadows flittering from the sky. "I be fate written, die cast." "What does that have to do with me?" "Why you no remember?" she asks, moving from shadow to shadow around Batman, so fast that he can't follow her. "I be first kiss, I be first love, I be first blood. You be mine, I be your secret," she tells him. Batman screams for her to stop when suddenly he finds himself back in the cemetery, watching as Swamp Thing is finishing off the last of the angel statues. "You hurt her feelings," John comments. "Shut it, you ass!" Batman spits at him, and another rumble issues from Swamp Thing's throat as a deep laugh from the bowels of the earth. "I knew there was a reason I liked you, Knight." With his aid no longer needed, Swamp Thing begins to sink back into the earth, and Batman watches the Protector of the Green disappear before turning back to John. "Constantine, I'm tired and I need your answers now." John nods. "Pitt, the one person who can supply them, is dead. Good thing the line between life and death is just a hurdle." Batman suddenly finds himself as a little boy again, walking out of the movie theater with his parents. He doesn't listen to their hushed arguments, his eyes finding the little girl in the shadows. She motions to him, whispering, and he runs off into the dark alleyway to follow her, ignoring his parents' cries. John and Batman walk into the club, moving across the room, and the lights flare with the curtains pulling back, revealing Zatanna. The three move to the back to find a table with candles lit. "John, I'm not sure this is a good idea," Zatanna tells him. "Well, Z, I'm certain it isn't, but it's all we have," he tells her. Zatanna begins to chant and her image becomes blurred and Batman stares, stunned as a ghostly image appears in the chair across from him. In a matter of moments, he's staring at his younger self, looking frightened. Batman suddenly slumps in his chair, strange smoke escaping his body. He suddenly turns, standing in Crime Alley. Please no. Constantine, in God's name, what have you done? John looks around, cigarette in his hand. Well, here's the bit, Batman. Neither myself nor God have anything to do with this. The two men stare, looking at the bodies of Thomas and Martha Wayne, their son sitting nearby, his body and head cradled by a strange creature with a deformed face. Bruce be mine, Constantine. Deal be made, not be broken. Tearless, for fearless. Batman kneels over his parents' body, apologizing for what he did. What can I do to change this? But the Enchantress looks at him, still holding the body of the young Bruce. You pay with tears. Deal was struck. No change. We dance, she tells him. Suddenly, the stillness of the alley is destroyed as the thunder of gunfire echoes across the walls, rounds ripping through the Enchantress's head, dropping her. Go dance with yourself, you old bat, John tells her, holding the gun that killed the Waynes. Both men stare down at the body of Bruce Wayne. You may want to punch yourself, make sure, John tells him, as he lights another cigarette. Maybe you died in the alley. Maybe you're in hell, John tells him. Batman is turned away. He's stalking through the shadows of his city. Where are you headed? Constantine asks him. Where I should have gone a long time ago, before I let you lead me anywhere but here. He moves through the hallways of the city morgue, empty now in the darkness of the night. Finally, he crosses into a room, staring at the deranged homeless man in his green coat. Batman! You fought hell for your soul, and now you stand before me. In judgment, you know what you did, he tells the Dark Knight, shadows playing across his face. I know what I didn't do. Suddenly, they're back on the bridge with the Joker stabbing Batman's stomach. I didn't hold back. Batman lashes out, cracking the clown across the face, tripping over the body of the man that he just killed, falling over the edge of the bridge, and he hangs on. When that maniac fell, I reacted like I always do. Batman reaches down, pulling him up, but he pauses. I was afraid of what he'd do when I was gone. Joker slips from the rail, disappearing into the darkness below. And you must pay for your crime, the cloaked man tells him. You are judged as you judge others. Batman looks down at the body. He lifts the sheet, staring at it for a moment. I wish you were still alive. You see, because the Joker plummeted from the bridge, impacting hard on the water. Moments passed and the harbor almost became calm, but a hand broke through the surface, clutching for air. He pulled himself onto the beach, laughter echoing throughout the dark night as he pushed his hair back, and a sinister grin formed on his face. And that concludes Batman Damned. While this does take place in an alternate reality, I guess even here, they couldn't kill the Joker. As it turns out, it looks like Batman let the Joker die, but the Joker got up at the end of the day, and this was Batman's conscience, helping him deal with all of these issues. What did you guys think of Batman Damned? It's a little out there, it's all over the place, but it was an amazing book with incredible artwork, and I definitely recommend adding this one to your collection if you collect comic books. Don't forget to follow us over at Twitter at Comicstorian, give this video a like, and don't forget you can follow us at Patreon to get early access to some of your favorite videos right here at the Comicstorian channel. And I guess we'll see you guys next week, right here, with our next multi-part series. Enjoy.